Princess Adise had found love with Ease, the noble tracker, who not only accepted her formidable size but also offered a cure for the condition that made her a giant among her people. However, Adise's beautiful but malevolent sister, Ife, who saw her elder sister as the only barrier to the throne of Isalico, began plotting to destroy Adise's future. Ife had sought out her friend Titi, asking to be taken to Titi's aunt, Agbulla, a notoriously powerful sorceress in the neighboring kingdom of Apamu. The following morning, in Titi's humble dwelling, the air crackled with tension. Ife, why would you do this to your own sister? Your own blood? Titi wailed, her voice thick with worry. It isn't right. Silence. Ife snapped, her eyes like chipped granite. Did I request your opinion? Who gave you the right to judge me? Our friendship does not erase the fact that you are speaking to your princess. Titi, defeated, bowed her head. I know, my liege. I am not disrespecting you. But killing your sister, it seems too heavy a burden. How dare you call that thing my sister? Look, Titi, I asked you to take me to your aunt, the powerful sorceress Agbulla in Apamu. I regret telling you my purpose, as you clearly lack the spirit for what is at stake here. My destiny, my kingdom, my throne. All are at risk because that beast of a sister somehow found a foolish tracker willing to love her ugly, hulking body. Never. I will not be defeated so easily. Will you help me or not? But Princess Ife. Titi began. No buts. Ife cut her off immediately. When I came to you 7 years ago to help your parents start their poultry farm so your family wouldn't starve, did I say, buts? Titi quickly responded, but Princess, we give you 70% of all the profit from that farm. So what are you implying, Titi? Ife snarled. Does that mean you want me to shut down your parents' livelihood? You know I can do it. Titi immediately dropped to her knees. No, my liege. Please don't. Then you will take me to see Agbulla, the most powerful sorceress in all the lands? Titi bowed lower, resigned. Yes, my liege. I will. Later that evening, Ife bribed several palace guards to secretly escort her and Titi. Princess Ife, Titi, and 3 loyal guards began the journey towards Apamu. Determined to keep her mission hidden from her father, Oba Akinwunmi, Ife insisted they travel only at night through the dense, secret forest paths. As they walked, Titi was lost in a troubled memory. Long ago, she was Adise's only friend. They were inseparable as young girls, laughing, playing, and getting into mischief. Titi never cared about Adise's growing, imposing size. Their bond seemed unbreakable. But Ife, consumed by envy for the happiness their friendship brought Adise, set a malicious plan in motion to destroy their bond and ensure Adise's continued misery. Titi's family, having recently moved to Isalico, was desperately poor, relying on a borrowed patch of land to grow crops. Ife hired ruffians to secretly steal every harvest. This went on for months, eventually forcing Titi's family off the land, leaving them destitute and dependent on begging. One day, starving and exhausted, Titi went to the palace to ask Adise for help, breaking her promise never to ask her royal friend for favors. At the palace gate, she approached a guard. Please, noble guard, I am looking for Princess Adise. I am her friend. The guard chuckled dryly. The princess has no friends, and certainly none who look like you. A poor, dirty beggar. But it's true. I have been visiting this palace for months. I am Elizabeth. You must recognize me, even though I've gotten thin from hunger. Titi pleaded. The guard stroked his chin in feigned recollection. Ah, Titi. Yes, the princess's only friend. Now I remember. Thank goodness. Now, can you let me in? No, the guard stated, adopting a hard expression. We were given strict orders not to let you near Princess Adise. Step back before we strike you. What? Whose orders? Titi exclaimed. Princess Adise's orders, of course. And if I were you, I would leave before she sees you, the guard replied. What? No. Princess Adise would never. Never what? The guard interrupted, his voice laced with cruelty. Never distance herself from a filthy pauper like you? Oh, please, save the excuses. Everyone knows your family is cursed with bad luck and poverty. Princess Adiz is fully aware of how wretched your family has become, and she wants nothing to do with you anymore. Titi fell to her knees, heartbroken. That is a lie. Adiz would never do that to me. The guard sneered. Who do you think told us to tell you this? We are just messengers, extending the will of the royal family. Titi burst into loud, painful sobs. The guard roughly grabbed her, preparing to throw her out, when Princess Ife, conveniently, emerged with her retinue. Stop. Do you know who you are manhandling? That is Titi, my sister Princess Adiz's most beloved friend. Ife commanded. The guards froze, terrified of disobeying royalty. One stammered. Your Grace, we were under strict orders not to let this maiden into the palace. Strict orders from who? Ife demanded. The guard, looking Ife fiercely in the eye, repeated the damning lie. Under strict orders from Princess Adiz, Your Majesty. Hearing the lie repeated, Titi's eyes sank in despair. Adiz had betrayed her, abandoning her because of her family's misfortune. If only Titi knew the wicked truth. Ife shook Titi gently. Titi, are you all right? Titi blinked, sobbing. Yes, Princess. Thank you for checking on me. Of course I care, Ife responded. My sister can be wicked and cruel like that. Look, Titi is like family to us. She can enter the palace any time she pleases. Now, what were you seeking, Titi? Let me see if I can help. Titi shyly responded. I came to ask Adiz for a huge favor. You know my family has suffered bad luck and spiraling poverty. I barely eat once a day. I came to beg Adiz to overlook the promise I made not to ask for royal favors and intervene in our hardship. But now she has made it clear she wants nothing to do with me. I don't know what to do anymore, she cried. Shh, don't cry, Ife soothed. Adiz might not help you, but I am willing to help your family. I will loan your father a substantial amount of money to open a poultry farm. Chickens are rare here, he can sell them and make a fortune. What do you say? Ife asked ecstatically. Oh my gods! Princess Ife, you would really do that? Titi cried with happiness. Yes, Titi, you are like family to us, and family helps family, Ife assured her. Thank you. May the gods bless you. My family will forever be in your debt. Titi exclaimed, overwhelmed with gratitude. No, Titi. Your family doesn't have to be in debt to me. Just you will, Ife clarified. I don't understand, Titi said. If I give your family this life-changing business, you must do something for me. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Agreed. Ife stated firmly. What is it, Princess? I will do anything in my power. Very well. I want you to cut off all ties with my sister, Adiz, immediately. Ife whispered mischievously. Don't talk to her, hang out with her, or even acknowledge her presence. Treat her like the beast she is and be done with her. Can you do that? My liege, if I may speak freely, what you ask is treachery, Titi argued. Adiz is my oldest and best friend. I know her attitude is horrible, but cutting her off feels wrong. Cutting you off like what? Ife exploded. Your problem is you still think of my big, ugly sister as a friend. Open your eyes. In your darkest hour, she classified you as a liability. Our friendship failed today. Now you will do what I asked whether you like it or not, or I will reverse my decision to help your family. Do we have a deal? Yes, of course, Titi stammered, fear winning out. I will end my friendship with Adiz. Please, do not take back your offer. Now you are wise. From this day forward, I am your only friend in this palace. Is that clear? Ife replied. Ife then ordered her maids to take Titi inside, clean her up, and prepare a meal fit for a princess. Titi was taken into the palace, leaving Ife alone with the guards. As soon as Titi was out of sight, Ife began laughing maniacally. Her deception was successful. She applauded the guards for their excellent performance in tricking Titi. The entire confrontation had been pre-planned by Ife. Adiz knew nothing of it. Ife then paid the guards handsomely for a job well done. Later, as Titi finished eating inside, Adiz, who had been sleeping, saw her from her bedroom window. Adiz rushed to the window and waved excitedly. "Titi! Hey! What are you doing here?" Adiz called out. Titi turned and saw Adiz waving. Titi fixed Adiz with a nasty, heartbroken stare, then quickly faced forward and walked out of the palace gates. Adiz stopped waving, shocked by Titi's cold demeanor. That was the last time the two friends ever spoke. Titi was snapped out of her traumatic memory by Ife's voice. "Titi! Titi! Wake up!" Ife shouted. "I'm here. What is it?" Titi stuttered. "Finally, you're back from Wonderland. I've been calling you for 10 minutes. We are approaching the most dangerous part of this secret path. It is infested with vicious bush wolves. Keep your head straight." Titi apologized and focused. They continued their nocturnal journey, moving quietly as they neared the wolf den. Suddenly, at exactly 2:46 a.m., just moments from the den, Ife tripped over a creeping vine, making a loud, shattering noise. Everyone froze, waiting to see if the noise had alerted the wolves. After 30 agonizing seconds, Ife whispered, "Let's move. I don't think they heard us. I must reach Apamu before 6 a.m. As she took her first step, a pack of large, powerful wolves burst from the shadows and surrounded her, barking savagely. "Help! Help me, please!" Ife screamed. One brave guard grabbed a broken branch and rushed toward the wolves, pushing Ife to safety. He waved the branch fiercely, diverting the pack's attention to himself. The rest of the company, including Ife, drew back in terror, leaving the guard alone to face the pack. He managed to keep the wolves at bay with the branch, but he was weakening. "Help! Help me, please! If you all grab a branch and charge, we can scare them away," he screamed desperately as his arm grew weary. Titi immediately grabbed a branch. "Come on, everyone! Let's help him before it's too late." The two remaining guards reluctantly grabbed branches, preparing to charge. Only Ife stood still, paralyzed with fear. "Stop! All of you, stop!" Ife shrieked. "Are you fools? If we all charge, there is a chance none of us will survive. Stop this heroic nonsense and think." "But what about the guard? If we waste time, he's done for," Titi cried. "If the wolves get him, then so be it," Ife snapped. Titi was gripped with instant rage. "Princess, he just saved you. How can you say that when he is the one in danger?" "Shut up! Shut up!" Ife screamed. "So what if he saved me? That is his job, to lay down his life for me. He is simply extending his service now by buying us time to escape. Now, put down your branches and go around the wolves. That is a royal order." Everyone reluctantly dropped their branches. As they began walking away from the fighting guard, he screamed, "Help! Please, don't leave me. I beg you." Tears streamed down his face. Ife instructed the crew, "Don't look back at him. Keep moving. We have a long way to go." Every member of the crew hid their face in shame as they walked away from their dying comrade. Soon, they began hearing the horrific sounds of the wolves devouring him, his cries fading into agonizing gurgles. For over an hour, they were forced to listen. The rest of the night was spent in a terrified, shameful silence. Ife, however, was filled with renewed energy as they drew closer to her destination. Finally, at exactly 4:30 a.m., they arrived at the Ibo Sagba, the forest leading directly into Apamu, the home of Agbulla. Titi, who knew the land, led the way. She stopped behind a large irako tree. "We are here, Princess," Titi said. "Here? We are standing in front of a tree." I see nothing. Ife demanded. You are an outsider, you cannot see it. But I can. My Aunt Agbulla's shrine is right in front of us. Wait, did you call me blind, Titi? Have you forgotten who you are speaking to? Ife warned. Yes, you are blind for now, but you shall soon see, Titi replied. Titi grabbed a handful of dirt, muttered an incantation, and blew the dust onto Ife's face. Immediately, a gory, mystic shrine materialized before Ife's eyes. It was decorated with human skulls and animal carcasses, and in the deep center stood Agbulla, magnificent and terrifying, staff in hand. Wait here, let me greet my aunt, Titi instructed. Titi knelt. Great priestess of the south, the eye of the gods, the wind that cannot be seen with the naked eye, I greet you. After a deafening silence, Agbulla spoke. So, the offspring of Titi's mother finally decides to visit me. That means you want something. No, Auntie. Who said I wanted something? Titi nervously replied. Agbulla snarled. Your mother hasn't contacted me in 15 years. Of course, you only come when you want something. You won't trick the great Agbulla. I'm sorry, Auntie, Titi whimpered. So, what do you want? Spit it out. Agbulla's eyes darted over Titi's shoulder, spotting Ife. And you brought a princess for me as a gift? Maybe I underestimated you, Titi. Which blood truly flows in your veins? No, Auntie, I brought her because she needs your help. Her throne is at stake, and she wants you to help her secure it, Titi explained. Oh, really? Agbulla replied. And what do I get in return? Anything. I swear by the gods, I will give you anything. Ife shouted, rushing closer. My kingdom is in danger. My useless beast of a sister wants to steal it from me, and I can't let her. Agbulla considered this. Very well, princess. Follow me. You too, Titi. Agbulla led them into her inner chambers. How exactly do you want me to help you? You say your sister is causing you trouble. Do you want me to eliminate her? Yes, priestess. That is exactly what I want. I want her to sleep and never wake up again. Can you do that? Ife demanded. What you ask is difficult. Your sister, Adiz, is royal blood, and thus protected by the gods. To force the gods' hands away so I can strike her dead, you must make a great sacrifice, Agbulla cautioned. I am ready to make any sacrifice, great one. Ife insisted. Very well. If I commence the ritual, you must promise to bring me the heads of 12 virgins in the span of 2 days. Or else, you yourself will die, Agbulla stated. Ife staggered backward. 12 human heads? And not just ordinary heads, virgins? Great one, that is too much. How am I to find and kill 12 of my subjects in 2 days? Princess Ife, you should have thought of that before coming all this way, Agbulla said flatly. That young guard's life you sacrificed to the wolves would amount to nothing. Ife fell silent, contemplating the risk. Should she risk death for her ambition? Is this how I lose my dreams? Curse you, Adiz, she thought. Suddenly, Titi spoke loudly. No, Auntie, you are wrong. This cannot all be for nothing. And the guard did not die in vain. Ife, I have an alternative idea that can achieve your goal without risking death. Go ahead, spit it out. I am all ears. Ife responded, desperate. Titi continued, Great Agbulla, you said killing royal blood is difficult because the gods protect them. But what if we don't kill Adiz at all? Instead, you perform a ritual that turns Oba Akinwunmi's heart against Adiz. He would develop a deep hatred for her, and you would make him completely subservient to Ife, so that if she asks for anything, like becoming his heir, he would gleefully agree. No royal blood is spilled, and Ife achieves her goal. Ife was awestruck by Titi's brilliant, wicked plan. She instantly supported it and asked Agbulla if it was possible. Titi, Agbulla said, a slow smile spreading across her face. I have to say, I am impressed. I always associated your mother's family with cowardice, but you might be the exception. She turned to Ife. Yes, princess. This plan can be done. And the sacrifice is much simpler. To bend the king's heart, you need to bring me 2 human heads within 24 hours after I commence the ritual. Or else you, Princess Ife, will run mad. What? Titi screamed. I thought you said the sacrifice was easier. How is 2 human heads in 24 hours easier than the last one? Auntie, these conditions are too harsh. Before Titi could finish, Ife, her face now bearing an evil smirk, interrupted. Shut up your mouth and let me talk to Agbulla. Titi immediately obeyed. Ife continued, Great One, you said you needed 2 human heads, right? And this time, it doesn't matter if they are virgins. That is correct, Agbulla replied. These humans, must we kill them? Or can we lure them into your shrine, and you would do the killing and take what you want? Ife asked. Very well. If you can lure them here, princess, I will do the dirty work for you, Agbulla responded. There are 2 guards right outside that escorted us to your shrine. I want to use them for the sacrifice and be done with it, Ife declared. Titi gasped, eyes wide with horror. How can you do that? Those are the same guards who were willing to die to protect you. How can you betray them? Shut up your mouth, Titi. I do not need your opinion. They are my subjects. Their lives belong to me, and I will use them as I see fit. Ife screamed. If that is how you feel about your subjects, then maybe your father is right. You don't deserve to rule our kingdom. Titi retorted, pure anger replacing her fear. Enraged, Ife commanded Agbulla. Agbulla, bind Titi's mouth, hands and legs. It is I who asked for this ritual, not her. I don't want her interfering as I bring you the sacrifices. Agbulla cast a quick spell, binding Titi instantly. Ife then went outside and lured the 2 waiting guards inside the shrine. As they stepped in, Agbulla ambushed them, using a ritual dagger to instantly slit their throats. Titi, helpless and bound, watched the guards gasp for air. In their eyes, she saw sadness and betrayal. The same betrayal she felt when she thought Adiz had abandoned her. She noticed that one of the dying guards was the very man who had delivered the lie about Adiz. As the guard convulsed, looking straight into Titi's eyes, he uttered his final ragged words. It was all a lie. The 2 guards died instantly. Titi burst into tears, her heart shattered. Ife, however, was elated. She happily helped Agbulla sever the heads from the bodies, completing the ritual successfully while Titi cried throughout the night. When the ritual was complete, Agbulla gave Ife a special powder to slip into the king's food. Once the king ingested it, the spell would take full effect. As the sun rose, Ife asked Agbulla to unbind Titi so they could leave. Agbulla complied and gave them directions back to Isaliko. Ife dragged the weak, traumatized Titi back to her family's house. Ife lied to Titi's parents, saying Titi had fainted on the journey back and was now just frail and weak. Titi's parents believed the lie, and Ife hurried back to the palace, sneaking into her room. As she entered, she saw Adiz sitting near her bed, a worried look on her face. Adiz rushed up and hugged her. Ife, my baby sister, where were you? Daddy and I searched the whole palace last night. Since when did you start sneaking out like me? Adiz asked, worried sick. Ife was instantly disgusted and shoved Adiz away. Get off me, beast. Why are you being so weird? I had a sleepover with friends. Big deal. When I do it, it's normal because I have friends. When you run away, it's like an animal escaping its zoo. It's not meant to happen. Ife, do you know why we were looking for you? Today is my last day in the kingdom before I leave with ease to the Ibo Iku to get the cure, Adiz said, tears welling up. I wanted to tell you that I'll miss you. We always fight, but things are finally working out for me. I want us to bury the hatchet and treat each other with sisterly love from now on. Oh please, save the theatrics, Ife scoffed. I see you for who you are. A big, ugly, muscular stumbling block preventing me from my destiny. You think I don't know you're laughing inside because you have a suitor and can now steal the throne from me? Oh, I know. But don't worry, this brief glimpse of victory is about to be cut short. You have my word. Now, get out of my room. Adise burst into tears. That's not fair. What have I ever done to you? Why is this all about the throne? You've always picked on me, and now I know why. It is my birthright to inherit it, not yours. I never even truly wanted the crown. But unlike you, I think of the greater good. I came here to reconcile, but I see now you will always hate me, no matter what. I will stop trying, Adise finished, walking out of the room, crying. Later that morning, Ife went to the king's chambers to explain her absence and the missing guards. She found Oba Akinwunmi sitting alone. Daddy, good morning. May your days be long, she greeted him. What is good about this morning? The king replied sadly. One of my daughters mysteriously vanished with my guards. Ife, I didn't sleep last night worrying about your safety. I'm sorry, Dad. I just had a sleepover. I didn't tell you because I thought you wouldn't care since I'm your second daughter, not your beloved firstborn, Adise, Ife pouted. How can you speak to me like that? I am the king. Oh, please. What's the worst you'll do? Increase my punishment. Ife challenged. Now, if you'll excuse me, I told you what I wanted to tell you. The king softened his voice. Ife, I know you're upset because Adise is getting married. I know you've always wanted the throne, but please let this ambition go. You can't keep hating her forever. Join hands with her and help her rule this kingdom when I am gone. Please, I am not getting any younger. Ife quietly smiled, then adopted a cheerful tone. Okay, Daddy, I hear you. You both just want the best for us. I promise, I will make things right with my sister and make you happy. Is that okay? Oh, Ife, that would be wonderful. I'm so glad you have finally come to your senses. In fact, I am lifting your punishment, the king said, relieved. Really? Thank you, Daddy. In that case, allow me to prepare one last farewell dinner for Adise so we can eat as a family before she leaves, Ife requested. The king paused, then agreed. Why not? Go ahead and make the dinner so we can get this happy family back on track. Of course, Daddy, Ife responded, hurrying back to her room. If only the king knew what he had agreed to. That night, Ife prepared the family's last supper. Fried rice and chicken, Adise's favorite. Ife made sure the chicken was specially seasoned. She alerted the king and Adise that dinner was ready. Adise was shocked. Ife prepared a send-off supper for me? What is she up to now? I won't believe it until I see it. Reluctantly, Adise arrived at the dining room. Indeed, Ife had prepared rice and chicken. Adise sat, confused. Ife, this is lovely, but I can't help but wonder. Earlier today, you nearly bit my head off, and now you're cooking a world-class farewell dinner? I find it difficult to buy this sudden transformation. What can I say? Ife replied deceitfully. After you left, I thought about what you said, and Daddy also spoke to me. You are both right. It's time to bury the hatchet. Adise, I love you. I'm happy you are getting married, and I will support you. Please forgive me for all the pain. I was wrong and selfish. Please eat this dinner as a gesture of my love. Adise's eyes filled with relief. Ife, this is wonderful. You are finally coming around. Yes, of course, I forgive you. Now, let's eat and drink wine to commemorate a new era. The three of them ate, sharing laughs and compliments. But then, a moment hinted at Ife's pretense. King Akinwunmi jokingly mentioned that Ife used a strange, foreign chicken because it tasted so different. Adise reached across the table to sample a piece of his chicken, but Ife fiercely knocked her hand down. Ife, why would you hit me? I thought we were friends now. What's the big deal? Adise asked. I made both your chicken special for each of you. I don't want anyone tasting each other's food. Aoife said, eyes wide with paranoia. But it's just food, Adise said. It means a lot to me. Please respect my decision, Aoife replied. Okay. I won't eat Daddy's chicken, Adise conceded. Little did she know, Aoife was lying. The real reason was that Aoife had spiked the king's chicken with Agbulla's charm, and she feared tasting it would render the spell ineffective. The entire dinner was a staged ploy to get her unsuspecting father to eat the poisoned meal. It worked. After the king finished eating, he was suddenly struck with a deep, heavy sleep as the charm took effect. Aoife smiled mischievously, then pretended to be concerned, escorting the king to his bedroom. As he drifted off, she whispered in his ear, "Sleep freely now, Daddy. For tomorrow, you will be my slave." She then kissed his forehead. The following morning, Adise woke up early to prepare the guards for her journey. She waited for her father to see her off, but he was nowhere. Aoife came out, stopping a servant who was about to check on the king. "Big sister, our father is still sleeping," Aoife told her. "But you can be on your way now. I will send your regards to Daddy when he wakes. Tell him I love him." "I will miss you both," Adise replied. "Don't worry, big sister. We will see each other sooner than you think," Aoife said with a sinister voice. Adise left with her royal entourage to pick up Ease. He was ready and joined her immediately, and they began heading towards the Igbo Iku. Meanwhile, back at the palace, Aoife was executing her coup. She went straight to the king's room, where she found him kneeling as she had commanded. Aoife had tested the charm earlier that morning. It was not only effective, but the king now harbored a burning hatred for Adise and was completely under Aoife's control. "Rise, father. For now is the time to strike. Your daughter, Adise, has fled your palace with that bastard tracker, Ease. She is going to the Igbo Iku to acquire a power that will allow her to overthrow you. She is a traitor. You cannot let her win. Rise now, and alert your Asipo. Send them to arrest the traitor and secure your throne." Aoife whispered commandingly. The king immediately shouted, "Servant, go alert the Asipo. Tell them the king has a mission for them, a matter of life and death." The Asipo were the king's lethal private warriors, chosen and trained since birth to serve as his sword and assassin corps. The servant delivered the message, and the warriors, armed to the teeth, rushed to the palace on their mighty horses. The king, following Aoife's control, instructed them, "Go after Princess Adise and arrest her before she gets too far. Kill anybody she is with." The Asipo immediately obeyed, beginning their hunt. Aoife, watching the warriors depart from her window, smiled gleefully. Her plans were proceeding perfectly. Later that evening, Adise, Ease, and the royal entourage were closing in on the Ogun River, which marked the border of the dangerous Igbo Iku. They heard the sound of pounding hooves. Adise told her guards to ignore it, but when she saw the warriors honing in on their position, she told Ease and the guards to arm themselves. The warriors, far outnumbering Adise's party, surrounded them. Adise recognized the upturned skull emblem on their armor, the symbol of the fearsome Asipo warriors. "Great Asipo warriors, the lions of the south, why are you ambushing your crown princess?" Adise demanded. The leader replied, "Princess Adise, by order of Oba Akinwunmi, you are under arrest for treason against your kingdom." "Treason? My father would never arrest me." "You are lying," Adise exclaimed. She turned to her guards. "Royal guards, subdue these impostors." In moments, the Asipo and the royal guards engaged in a brutal fight. The Asipo warriors wasted no time, swiftly slaying all the royal guards in minutes, proving their terrifying lethality. Only Ease and Princess Adise were left alive. Seeing the deceased bodies of her loyal guards, Adise was driven by a searing pang of sadness and pure, blinding rage. Her mind emptied of all thought. With her powerful, muscular physique and unnatural strength, Adise charged at the Asipo warriors to avenge her fallen friends. If you made it to the end of part 2 of this thrilling story, congratulations! Thank you for watching. These videos take time, but your support keeps us going. If you want me to make a part 3 and continue the saga, comment part 3 below and share this video. Also, hit the like button and subscribe so you'll be the first to be notified when the final episode drops.